Hello everyone. Let us go through the first question of our assignment on yacht. So here we need to display name and roll number on the terminal screen. So first before going to that, let us go through the basic understanding. So here we need to get proper baud rate. For that we need to select one of the clocks and we pre-scale it. So suppose as an example, if we take 1,15,200 as expected baud rate, we would select SM clock because it has 1 megahertz frequency, which can be pre-scaled to the required baud rate, and we are getting 8.668 as a pre-scale factor. So we take the nearest integer to it, and we choose 8 as a pre-scale factor. And for that, we are getting 1,25,000 as a baud rate, and we have 8.5% as an error in it. So for that, when we choose that particular 8 as a prescale value, we're getting 8 microseconds as a time period. So because of that, at the receiver, the unexpected result would come. So for that, we would do the modulation by properly using a required modulation factor that need to be added. So this is the basic understanding. So let us go to the code. So here we take the string of our name and roll number. So first two lines of our code is direct. We would stop the watchdog timer and disable the GPIO power. And after that, here the UART code would begin. So here we would activate the software reset, and after that, as we have discussed, we need to select one of the clock. So here we are selecting using this command. We would select SM clock. We can use SM clock or 2 in here for selecting the SM clock. And after that, as we have discussed, we need to pre-scale it. So 8 is the nearest integer, so we pre-scale it to get the required baud rate, and after that, as we know, it won't meet the required baud rate. It would have some error. For that, we would correct that error using the modulation factor. Here the problem we observed is when we have taken the noted D600 value, we are not getting the proper output. We are getting some unexpected results. So for that, we modified it to D700 as a modulation that need to be added for getting the proper baud rate. So now here we configure the P1.4 as a transmitter for switch S1. So here, this is the new one for us. Like previously, when we have done other codes, we directly take instead of selecting, we directly assume it as input GPIO pins. So here we are using that GPIO pins as a transmitter. So for that, we need to select it. Here we can observe that so P1.4 selection need to be done. So that is what we have done here. So using these two lines, we can set P1.4 as a transmitter in this UART communication protocol. So after that, we again deactivate the software reset. So here the idea is we will take one start with the position of 0 in the string, and we take each character out of the string, and we would store it in the transmitter buffer value, and try to get the total characters in the string, and we would try to transmit it, and we observe that in the terminal screen. So let us debug our program. So let us execute our program. So this is our terminal. Let us wait whether we would get proper output or not. So here we can see that proper output is met. So here name followed by roll number is displayed on the terminal screen. So let us end this program and go with the second program. So this is our second program. So in this program, same as the earlier question, we need to display the name and roll number. But here here the additional condition is we need to display it by using interrupt. Like whenever a particular push button is pressed, we need to display the our name and roll number on the terminal. So we begin with defining our bit 3, because here we have taken p2.3 as a push button. So that is evident from our previous discussion also. So here we would stop the watchdog timer and activate software reset. And these 3 lines of code are evident from our previous discussion. So here the selection line, p1.4 as transmitter and everything as is explained earlier. So here the lines are there. So for declaring p2.3 as input for taking the interrupt, and we will make it pull up mode, and also we would enable the interrupt the needed interrupt commands like p2ie and p2ie as edge select and interrupt edge select falling edge high to low. So and after that we would clear the interrupt flag, and these discussions are already done in the while doing our interrupts. So we would enable the global interrupt and wait for the interrupt. So here the new code begins. So in these lines of the code, what we would try to do, let us explain that. So here in this interrupt service routine, we would take port to vector. So whenever our agenda is whenever p2.3 push button is pressed, we need to take that proper characters and we transmit it, and we need to display it on the terminal. Whether receiver is properly receiving or not, we need to check that. So here, whenever S1 is pressed, the interrupt service routine will initialize the string index variable position to the location of the first character in the string. Next, it enables the so here we can see that here p2.3, whenever that interrupt happened, it would come into this interrupt service routine. And let us go through the service routine that was coded here. So first, it enables the UCTX CPTIE interrupt request and clears the UCTX CPTIFG flag. So that two are done here, and these are direct from our explanation table. So this is the table. So from that we need to code it, and like for getting the mixing the interrupt and transmitter. So here we would take that, put the each character into the transmitter buffer, and again we after executing this interrupt service routine, we just clear our interrupt flag, and then we just go through this USCI A0 vector. So here we let us go through these lines of the code for other interrupt service routine. Once the first character is placed in the transmitter buffer, the UART will start shifting it out. Once the shifting is complete and the buffer is ready for the next character, the UCTX CPTFG IR request will trigger. So here, when this routine triggers for the first time, the first character has already been sent. So here we would check whether all the characters in the string have been sent. If they have sent, then we would disable this particular thing. And if more characters need to be sent, increment the position index and place the next character in the transmitter buffer is done in here. So that's what we need to be done using interrupts here. So p2.3 push button press is taken as an interrupt here. So let us verify it by debugging it. So previously we got some errors because here I have initialized name underscore roll number dot. So now when I debug it again. Now I am getting no errors. So now let us execute the code. So now let us execute our program here. So let us press this push button. So now I have created the interrupt. Let us see that it's getting properly on terminal or not. So we can see here we are getting our name followed by the roll number. So now let us dive to the third code. So third program is about toggling the LED whenever character E is taken on the terminal. That is, directly we are taking the particular character on the receiver. So let us go through the program. So everything is same. The starting initializations are everything are same up to here. So this is the new step that we added here particularly. So this is the new step. So here what we are doing is we are just enabling the UCA 0RXIE interrupt. So this is generally used for at the receivers. So this is evident from the table. So directly from the table we can see that. Wait, yeah, here we can see that. So here, so we are enabling that interrupt, and we are again enabling global interrupt and waiting for the interrupt. So in this interrupt service routine, and particularly here in A0 vector that we have taken, so this interrupt service would work like it simply checks if the character received was R, and it was satisfied, then it would toggle the LED. Otherwise, it won't do anything. So here in this interrupt, after interrupt service routine, we would clear the particular interrupt at the end of the program, and like here at the end of the interrupt service routine. Now let us debug it and verify our program.